This case combines elements of criminal misconduct, constitutional rights violations, and institutional betrayal. The appropriate case study is not a single perfect analog, but rather the legal doctrine that specifically governs fabricated evidence used by state actors to secure an arrest. The strongest framework for Timothy Miller's claims is the constitutional tort of malicious prosecution and false imprisonment under 42 U.S.C. Section 1983, Civil Rights Act, which allows victims to sue government officials for violating their constitutional rights under color of law. Here is the most relevant doctrine and case study for Miller's claims. Primary case study, constitutional tort of fabricated evidence. The legal doctrine, Fourth Amendment violation, seizure without probable cause. Miller's false imprisonment and malicious prosecution claims rest entirely on the principle that the police violated his Fourth Amendment right to be free from unreasonable seizure, arrest, and detention that is not supported by probable cause. When an officer manufactures evidence to create a false probable cause statement, it converts an otherwise constitutional detention into an unconstitutional one from the very moment of seizure. Key precedent. The Franks versus Delaware doctrine applied. While Franks technically deals with search warrants, the underlying principle is exactly what Miller's case relies on. The officer's duty to truthfulness. An officer filing an affidavit, like a police report used to justify an arrest, must present truthful facts to establish probable cause. The violation. A violation occurs if the officer intentionally or with reckless disregard for the truth includes false statements that are material, essential to the finding of probable cause. In Miller's case, 1. The false statement. The claim of a single vehicle ejection was a material, essential, false statement. 2. The intent. The alleged arson to destroy the T-bone wreckage provides the irrefutable evidence that the officer's false report was not a mistake, but an intentional criminal act of fabrication designed to create the probable cause for the reckless misconduct charge. Conclusion. The arrest was a seizure without probable cause because the only grounds for the seizure, the SVMVC ejection, were criminally manufactured. This makes the arrest unlawful from the start. Secondary case study, malicious prosecution based on concealment. The legal doctrine, Giglio versus United States, impeachment. While Giglio is a criminal case, its principle is used in civil litigation to establish the malice required for a malicious prosecution claim. The prosecution has an affirmative duty to ensure that convictions are based on true, non-fabricated evidence, and that they do not use false testimony. Miller's claim extends this duty beyond the trial and back to the investigation. The malice, the alleged arson and the resulting prosecution, which the prosecutor fought to reinstate via appeal, demonstrate malice and a lack of probable cause. The state continued to prosecute Miller for years, even after the 2021 T-bone medical report provided irrefutable exculpatory evidence proving the original probable cause was false. The institutional cover-up, the subsequent actions of the magistrate court and the defense counsel, avoiding the factual argument and seeking only a technical dismissal, demonstrate that the state was actively participating in concealing the truth, making the prosecution malicious even after the facts were known. Application summary. Miller's claim. Evidence of constitutional violation. False imprisonment. Police used arson to destroy the true T-bone scene and falsified reports to manufacture probable cause for the reckless conduct charge, rendering the initial seizure unlawful. Malicious prosecution. The state continued the prosecution, fought the dismissal, and appealed the ruling, all while knowing the T-bone medical evidence fundamentally contradicted the factual basis of the charge. Defamation. The police, with malice, proven by the arson, published a false police report branding Miller a reckless DUI driver, causing severe reputational and legal injury.